Alright, what is happening everyone? Welcome to Dear Esther, Landmark Edition. Now, I know very little about this game other than it is very story focused. Hold on, let me turn this down a little bit more. Ignore the resume, I literally just launched it up, looked around for like a second, and then stopped. Progress is saved at the end of each chapter, okay. Now this is a first playthrough, and I'm pretty excited to jump right on in. After getting a sip of water.
Dear Esther, I sometimes feel as if I've given birth to this island. Somewhere between the longitude and latitude, a split opened up, and it beached remotely here. No matter how hard I correlate, it remains a singularity, an alpha point in my life that refuses all hypothesis. I return each time leaving fresh markers that I hope, in the full glare of my hopelessness, will have blossomed into fresh insight in the interim.
I love the acting. Okay. Whoa. What's this? Luminous paste or something? Luminous paint, probably. This does look really nice, actually. It reminds me of like an old PC game, like Amnesia or something. I'm pretty sure this game originally was a mod, was it not? A mod of some sorts. What are the controls other than moving, of course? So I'm pretty sure this is a walking sim. Like, kind of a very, like, story focused. But hey, I'm here for the journey. I'm here for the journey. And apparently, another thing I read about this game is that it is somewhat, somewhat randomly generated. Like some of the main landmarks you run into.
Donnelly reported the legend of the hermit, a holy man who sought solitude in its most pure form. Allegedly, he rode here from the mainland in a boat without a bottom, so all the creatures of the sea could rise at night to converse with him. How disappointed he must have been with their chatter. Perhaps now, when all that haunts the ocean is the rubbish dumped from the tankers, he'd find more peace. They say he threw his arms wide in a valley on the south side, and the cliff opened up to provide him shelter. They say he died of fever 116 years later.
116 years?
The mouth of the cave, but Donnelly records they never claimed to have seen him. I have visited the cave and I have left my gifts, but like them, I appear to be an unworthy subject of his solitude.
Huh. But if he died in that cave 100 and what was it, 116 years later? Why was there no bones? I didn't see no bones.
At night, you can see the lights sometimes from a passing tanker or trawler. From up on the cliffs, they are mundane.
Is this the same? I hate the yap over the acting, but is this the same actor as what was his name?
The distinction now seems banal.
It wasn't Daniel, was it?
There's nothing better to do here than indulge in contradictions.
Because I know these guys later did the sequel to Amnesia. Let's see, what's this? Oh, is that a map?
Dear Esther, I found myself to be as featureless as this ocean, as shallow and unoccupied as this bay, a listless wreck without identification. My rocks are these bones, and a careful fence to keep the
Oh, these are
precipice
tires.
away. Shot through me caves, my forehead a mount. This aerial will transmit into me so. All overexposed,
Oh.
the nervous system, where Donnelly's boots and yours and mine.
Someone
still
crashed.
trample.
Okay.
I will carry a torch for you. I will leave it at the foot of my headstone. You will need it for the tunnels that carry me under.
The clouds look really low, actually. Like, you know how some storms, the clouds will be, like, really stinking low? Kind of looks like that. I hope there's, like, a little bit of, like, puzzles in this game, you know what I mean? Like, I don't need anything, like, too complex, but I do hope there's a little bit more. Like, maybe you could pick up a couple items and do a couple, you know, like, Zelda puzzles or something. What's that over there?
A wonderful sight. The moon cresting the junction between the cliff path and the stone circle.
Yeah.
It cast a shadow of the ridge across the beach.
Yeah.
The world as if you had signed your name in untidy handwriting.
Yeah. Speaking of handwriting, my handwriting sucks. Low-key feel called out. Like, is that like where we need to go? Or something? Is that like the end point? You know how like in Slender the Arrival, coming up soon, or
When someone had
Resident
died
Evil
or
Revelations 2
dying,
Episode 1, where like
so
kind
they
of
gave
something
up
like
their
that's
hope
where you
they
need to
could
get to.
sacrifice. They cut parallel lines into the cliff, exposing the white chalk beneath. You could see them from the mainland or the fishing boats, and know to send aid or impose a cordon of protection, and wait a generation until whatever pestilence stalked the cliff paths died along with its
What's
hosts.
that?
My lines are just for this: to keep any would-be rescuers at bay. The infection is not simply of the flesh.
Wait, why is he trying to keep rescuers at bay? That don't look like a natural rock formation.
I quote directly: a motley lot with little to recommend them. I have now spent 3 days in their company. That is, I fear, enough for any man not born amongst them. Despite their tedious inclination to quote scripture, they seem to me the most godforsaken of all the inhabitants of the Outer Isles. Indeed, in this case, the very gravity of that term, forsaken by God, seems to find its very apex. It appears to me that Donnelly, too, found those who wander this shoreline to be adrift from any chance of redemption. Did he include himself in that, I wonder?
Are we supposed to go down? I kind of want to head towards those weird, like, rock-looking things.
Dear Esther,
Dear Esther, I'm at Paul.
I made my
own little pilgrimage.
My
Damascus, a small
semi-detached
semi-detached on the outskirts of
coffee in
Wolverhampton.
his kitchen and
Wolverine.
tried to connect
I'm
to
sorry.
one another. Although he knew I hadn't come in search of an apology, reason, or retribution, he still spiraled in panic, thrown high and lucid by his own dented bonnet. Responsibility had made him old. Like us, he'd already passed beyond any conceivable boundary of life.
Oh, look at the water. I wonder if there's any other characters. I'm assuming not. It's a lot easier to make, like, landscapes and stuff look nice than, like, character models. Also, it kind of feels like we're kind of walking through as he's kind of talking about what was, not really, like, in the now stuff, you know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Dear Esther, I have now driven the stretch of the M5 between Exeter and Bristol over 21 times. But although I have all the reports and all the witnesses, and have cross-referenced them within a millimetre using my ordnance survey maps, I simply cannot find the location. You'd think there would be marks to serve as some evidence. It's somewhere between the turn-off for Sanford and the welcome brake services. But although I can always see it in my rear-view mirror, I have as yet been unable to pull ashore.
I see a boat. I see a light too, okay. We got some stuff to check out. What's this? Looks like some kind of map or a newspaper or something. Can't really jump or anything, so I don't know how I'm going to get in there. Oddly, this kind of reminds me of a part from a game I played before on PS2 called Jurassic the Hunted. What a trippy game.
All night the boy has kept me lucid.
I can definitely
I sat
try that.
When I was at the very edge of despair, when I thought I would never unlock the secret of the island, I sat at the edge and I watched the idiot boy blink through the night. He's mute.
Oh, he's talking about...
He has no thought in his metal head but to blink each wave and each minute aside until the morning comes and renders him blind as well as deaf mute. In many ways, we have much in common.
Also, did I hear that correctly?
I had kidney stones and you visited me in the hospital.
Too much
After the
soda.
operation, when I was still half submerged in anesthetic, your outline and your speech both blurred. Now my stones have grown into an island and made their escape, and you have been rendered opaque by the car of a drunk.
Oh.
Is this what Paul saw through his windscreen? Not Lot's wife.
Oh,
looking
you
over
know
her
we gotta
shoulder,
do it.
But a scar in the hillside, falling away to black forever.
Oh, you know we gotta do it. 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 We gotta do it.